What up, what up, what up? And welcome back to the Ozone Podcast channel. And today's episode is brought to you by the good people of DraftKings and the Basketball Podcast Network. Today, we're doing a reaction video on UConn guard James Bouknight. We feel might be an option for the Orlando Magic at 8. Before we get into the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And also check out our other reaction videos of Kuminga and Scotty Barnes. Al, what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
What's up? Let's get into it. If you want to bring up that video, let's take a look at James Bouknight.
Let's do it.
I feel like with the name of James Bouknight, there's like so many different nicknames and phrases that we can use like throughout the whole entire time that he's playing with us.
Oh, yeah. So there we go. So one thing that popped at me right away was the speed. And here he goes again. Look at that. Easy.
Yeah, man. So what we know from James is that he's a very, very athletic player. He is explosive with his athleticism. And you can already see right there that he is catching and he's going straight up. It's going to be a challenge to kind of stop him too, because he's able to take that contact.
Yeah, and one thing that I think Magic fans will like, we haven't had a player like this in a long time. Pure scorer. You can see it there. Fast break, step back, three-point shot. So he has trust in what he can do on the offensive end. So again, a pure scorer.
Yeah, he's a player that likes that go-to move. You take some of his highlights and he likes that step back really, really often. So he's driving. So he's really crafty also, taking it into the lane. You see it right there. And his shooting, man, his shooting is one of the things that were the biggest question. So he was sophomore in college. Freshman year, he averaged about 35% from the three-point line, and it did down to under 30%. So a lot of different question marks there. Is him being a player that's able to consistently hit that three-point shot.
Yeah, like you mentioned, 29% this past season. So a bit inconsistent from the three-point range. And that's the only kind of concern on the offensive side that you have with him is can he shoot the ball well at the NBA level? But one thing for sure, if you look at it right there, the form.
Another step back.
Yeah, but the form looks nice. Like he's confident in it. It's just a matter of can he find consistency in that shot?
Yeah, and what I like, man, is he's able to create his own shot. And that's something that, you know, the Magic have really lacked for a while. And you may not agree with me because I know you're a fan of Moses Moody, but this just might be the second best shooting guard in the draft.
That's what people are saying. You know, that when it comes to a scoring perspective, that's probably the second best shooting guard in the draft. Guys out there like Moody are more 3-and-D, maybe more physically gifted and ready for the NBA, but this kid can put the ball in the hoop, as you can see right there.
Handles are ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's another strength of his. Look at that. Hustle right there. Easy finish. Look at that.
And he's known for being able to finish really, really difficult shots. Something that he's known for. And
that's always a good trait to bring to the NBA because, again, you know guys are going to be taller, stronger in the NBA game. So you got to have that ability. Look at that. Double team. No issues.
Shooting over two. Average about close to 19 points per game last season. Again, someone that's able to bring in that offensive power.
Now, one of the things that does concern me, and I see some of the shots, they're really tough shots, is he does tend to go and take tough shots. And again, that leads to a poor shooting percentage. So he's a guy that in college took a lot of shots. In the NBA, for him to be successful, he's going to have to shoot a lot to average a decent amount of points per game. But again, the skills are there, man. As you can see here, tough finish inside.
And he has a really quick first step. You can see that he blew by that first defender.
Let's see. Look at that. Oof. Easy.
And he made it look easy, but that's another very difficult finish that he was able to knock down. Almost got the ball stolen, still controls the handle, pull up.
Money from three.
What?
So it's intriguing, man. I think if you draft a guy like Kuminga Barnes, a defensive guy with a ton of potential down the road, this is a kid that you look at because, again, he can bring what you need right away, which is scoring. If you do miss out on a guy like Jalen Green, Cade, look at that. This could be a guy that brings excitement to the arena and, most importantly, can put up points off the bench for the Magic right away.
And honestly, seeing a player like James Bouknight, it's got me like feeling okay with the fact that we've kind of missed out of the top 5. Not that I'm okay with it, but it at least makes me feel a little bit comfortable because he's a player that's able to get the impact and still be able to finish. So really quick highlight, really quick reaction video. There are some concerns with his ability to protect the basketball. So he averaged about 1.8 assists per game, but also averaged about close to 3 turnovers per game that, a lot of people are questioning as well.
So I got to say, I know we talked about this off air, but one guy that comes to mind, Cole Anthony, he reminds me a little bit of Cole Anthony at North Carolina. Guy that could put up points, average a lot of turnovers though at North Carolina. But again, you can see the potential. You can see the fact that he can score the ball. So if you had a guy like James Bouknight and Cole Anthony off the bench for now, that's a lot of potential for down the road. 2 scorers on this team, which again, we haven't had in a long, long time. Quickly, player comparisons for those that are watching for the first time and don't know what he can be. What are the experts saying out there?
So you're looking at, the Ringer has his NBA comparisons, shades of Donovan Mitchell, CJ McCollum. I've been seeing a lot of Jordan Clarkson. NBA Draft.net has Anthony Simmons as a comparison. But I think that he's going to be one of those players that there's certain things that you're able to see that can easily translate over to the NBA game. Again, he's been a volume shooter. His sophomore year, he did have an injury to his elbow where he had surgery. So can he improve that shot going into it? Can we control it? And you expect that with the environment that the Orlando Magic are creating, with now Coach Mosley in there talking about straight development. When we start to look at the fit, we start to ask ourselves, is this player a good fit for the Magic? And at the shooting guard position, which is someone that we need to kind of hold the offensive end, regardless of your feeling of Evan Fournier. We're going to miss that offensive presence that, may have had inconsistently, but it was still there. And I think that this might be a player that is able to kind of fill that gap at least a little bit.
Yeah, I think you put him and you put, again, some Cole Anthony once Markelle comes back, and add some RJ Hampton in there too. That's a solid mix of young guys that know how to score the ball, know how to attack the rim, how to finish inside. So again, you kind of building this young core of backcourt players that have a ton of potential. Like you mentioned, you missed out on Jalen Green, you missed out on Cade, but if you do keep both picks, you're now going to have 2 solid players to add to this team.
Yep, and could be really good defensively. 6'5" with a 6'8" wingspan, so he has a really long length that the Magic organization really, really like. So it's going to be interesting to see what route the Magic decide to go with the 8th pick. With the 8th pick, Al, are you selecting James Bouknight? Have you become a believer?
So let's do this. I'm going to save for our next episode. We're doing Moody next. So those are my 2 guys at 8, Moody or Bouknight. So let's watch that video next. We'll do the highlight reaction, and I'll give you my pick.
Draft is just a couple of weeks away. Let's see what ends up happening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Until the next one.
Thank you for listening to the Ozone Podcast, the voice of Magic fans. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the Ozone Pod. And remember to subscribe and leave a 5-star review on all your favorite podcast listening platforms.